ho.
Ho, hold up. What?
Ho, hold up.
What is that? What's that line from Impractical Jokers?
Hold up. So, hi. While Christa's looking that up, I'm
Oh, I
Michelle
got
with
it.
Milky Grace
What?
Coaching.
Oh, hell no. Hold up. Huh? Oh, okay. Welcome back to Shockingly Delightful.
Welcome. You should do that again because that was really good.
What?
That whole thing from Impractical Jokers.
What? Oh, hell no. Hold up. Huh? Oh, okay.
Ho, hold up.
Yeah. Now, this isn't a hold up like we're robbing a store. We actually have a topic that goes with this.
I was going to ask you because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, we're not holding up a convenience store or anything. Different type of hold up. Hold up as in what? Oh, hell no. Hold up. Huh? Oh, okay.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Very,
I
very
watch
good.
a lot of Impractical Jokers, if you can't tell.
No, not at all. So, welcome everybody to Shockingly Delightful. I already introduced myself, so.
True. Hi, I'm Christa with Wicked Wisdom Consulting. Head elf, I guess. I don't know. About the size of an elf.
Oh my god, I think that is the best thing ever. I didn't even think of that. You run all the operations for Santa.
Shh. Don't tell people.
Oh,
I stay behind the scenes so Santa can be the star. Just like all the businesses that I work with. The CEO stays the star. I'm just behind the scenes making stuff run.
that's really good. And I bet you check the list twice.
Oh, more than twice. I mean, you really, I mean, at the end of the day, these days, everyone's a good kid. You know, I take a page from Fred Claus. There's no naughty kids. They're all good kids. They just maybe have a rough patch in their life. That's all.
You know,
Everyone deserves toys and love.
and that makes me think of, coaching, because a lot of what I talk about with my clients is about seeing and accepting, acknowledging not only our emotions and what's inside internally,
Mm-hmm.
but that everybody else was born pure, like came to this earth without any limiting beliefs or bias or prejudices, and life is what happened.
Yeah.
So don't judge a book by its cover. Oh gosh, I'm going into bumper sticker speak.
You always are doing bumper sticker speed. Oh, I just clicked something. Hold on. All right. Well, today's topic. So yes, related to today's topic, but also, I'm personally somebody who I like to have Christmas spirit through the entire year. I listen to Christmas music. Actually, there's a great YouTube video. Shout out to Christmas music from another room. I listen to it all day when I'm working. I'll switch it up, but I listen to it throughout the year. I'll break out my Christmas mugs early. We had our tree up by the second week in November, third week in November. Usually we do like the first week, but we were a little busy this year.
Yeah.
You and I painted little houses for Christmas decor yesterday, which was so much fun. I can't wait.
You should have it behind you on your shelf. It would be so cute.
I'm just worried about the dogs or someone knocking it down, whatever. But
it's really cute. You really need to show it off. You should have brought it today.
I should.
We could have had
Maybe I'll
like
go
show
off
and
camera
tell.
and grab it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cute.
But what we wanted to talk about today was, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, well, if you put your Christmas tree up before December, it's too early. Or I noticed in a lot of movies, they don't decorate their Christmas tree until Christmas Eve.
That's psychotic.
I was thinking the same thing, because all of that work to then take it down like 2 days later. No, thank you.
I think the old tradition, I believe, this well before my time.
Hmm.
I believe the tradition was you went out, you got your Christmas tree, you decorated it on Christmas Eve, but then you kept it up
Hmm.
until after the 12th of January, I
I mean,
believe.
that's still only what, like
It's 3
3 weeks?
weeks, right, like, that's but and there were also, live trees, so
Yeah,
if you
you would
think about
want it
it that
alive. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Either way,
I mean,
today we want to talk about, that concept of, is it too early to decorate for Christmas? What does it really mean when we are decorating early or listening to Christmas music early? And is there anything wrong with that? Is there any harm in that? Are we, should we slow down and wait until December?
my perspective is this: if it makes you happy, whose rule is it? Like, follow your own God blessed rules. Whoever made these decisions, and is there like a Christmas police force that's going to come out and write us a ticket cuz we put up our
I'll tell you
decorations?
what, if things had gone a different way a couple weeks ago, probably. Anyway, sorry. Back to the topic.
What about and there's a couple different ways you can do this, but I've heard of some people having a Christmas tree up all year round and they put decorations on it that match the season.
Mhm.
Uh, there's this new trend now with your Grinch cup. There's this new trend now with that 12-foot freaking skeleton,
Skeleton.
and they just dress him up.
Yeah.
And personally, next year I would love to do the one with the Christmas tree and you put the white sheet over it and you make it like a big old freaking ghost for Halloween. Like, I think that is
I
so
don't know that
fun.
we need any more ghosts in our house, but I like the enthusiasm.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
You
Yeah,
know.
no. But I think it goes back to limiting beliefs. That's the bottom line. It goes
Expand
back
on it.
to limiting beliefs, because limiting beliefs are, right, beliefs that no longer serve us. They're thoughts that we continually think. Um but in this case, a limiting belief is what we were brought up with and what we thought was right and wrong, and that we should actually care.
Hmm.
Now, right or wrong meaning holding up a store versus hold up. Okay, I get that. But this whole, it's wrong if I decorate my Christmas tree in purple versus red and gold or silver
Well,
or
the new trend this year is they've got all sorts of like black Christmas decor. It's not my vibe, shockingly, but do your thing.
and there's pink, right? I mean, well, we
Yeah.
do like
Oh,
our
that's
black,
been big a
we
few
do
years.
like our black and red hat, but
No, I mean like gothic
we,
decor where like your tree is black, your ornaments are black, your ornaments are, silver and white. So it's like basically just black, silver, and white for Christmas.
look how well I matched today.
Well, I do agree with you. I think, and we touched on this a little bit in last month when we were talking about like Thanksgiving
Hmm.
foods and letting go, really taking stock of what's a fit and what's not. And, for me, I listen to Christmas music all year round because when I need a pick me up, I have so many great memories with Christmas that I instantly feel a little bit lighter when I listen to Christmas
Hmm.
music or put on a Christmas movie or something like that when it's, June, July, March, whatever it is. Um, and I think it's, whatever is going to make you feel good, assuming it doesn't interact with or, interfere with other people,
Then do
do your
more of it.
thing. Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Right. Like you said, though, within limitation. We're not saying go out and, do some illicit things.
Right, right. Um, we were so we went to Abraham Hicks, and there was one person, and he was just really, really, really strongly trying to justify what makes him feel good, even though it wasn't necessarily healthy for him. And I
Yeah.
thought that was very interesting. And again, limiting beliefs in the sense of that you need something outside of yourself to make you feel good, or you need something, or you need someone outside of yourself to tell you um, what to do. Ultimately, but a lot of us, most people, a lot of people have lost their way,
Hmm.
and they need to be reminded about certain things.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am all turned around now after that. I
Rant.
got lost in all of it.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry, everybody. I'm in
it's
a I've
probably
been
just.
up since 5:30.
Oh, don't
I
blame you've been up since 5:30. Also, if you're joining us, hi, comment, let us know that you're here.
Yes, definitely. Let us know that you're here. And we hope that everybody had a really good Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We are talking about limiting beliefs, having to follow some unwritten or written rules about how to celebrate, when to celebrate, uh, and what's best for you versus you doing what's best for you.
What are you most looking forward to this holiday season?
We're already doing it. I mean,
Okay, the
I
people
love
out
the
there don't
whole.
know what that is. So, what are
Okay,
you
you're right.
most looking forward to?
For me, the whole season is about um, being together, doing crafts, decorating, seeing our friends and family, um, uh, seeing the Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights. Like, they're so fun. I love um, this year we don't have two Christmas trees, but I love last year and the last couple years having a couple Christmas trees. Like, that was fun for me. I love decorating the Christmas trees. Even though I get little red bumps all over my arms, I still love them.
Can you add
Um,
some context for that? Because by itself, it sounds real weird.
like when you're decorating the Christmas tree and
I
the
know.
needles, they
Yeah,
yeah.
they cut your
And
skin a little bit, or like
yeah,
prick
and
you a little bit.
I used to think I was allergic to Christmas trees, and then I would have to take a nap, and I literally would wake up, and
You, you know, you
all the
are
lights
the
would,
master of getting out of shit. I'll tell you what.
the lights would magically be on, and then all I had to do was hang up the ornaments.
And now you do it by choice.
And now I do the lights by choice,
Yeah,
because there's a very specific way that I like to wrap them around the branches so that they stay in place. I
yep.
like the colored ones to go deep inside, or the white ones, depending on which way we're going. But I like the ones that are deep inside to give it depth, and then the ones on the outside, are to kind of replicate snow if you're doing white on the tips, which is how I think it should be. But that's my limiting belief. So this year we did it differently. It's a big old mixture.
Yeah.
Was that a good text?
This is where you then ask me what I'm looking forward to.
Oh. So, Krista,
Yeah.
what are you most looking forward to?
Oh my God! Thanks for asking because I loved hearing your answer. That was so wonderful. I enjoyed crafting yesterday, but really this season for me, I really love the different crafts that we do. The different, like yesterday we painted little. Well, I did a gingerbread house. You just painted a holiday themed little house, but doing those kind of crafts. One year we decorated antique ornaments. So we put little sequins into them. That was super cool. And we ordered antique ornaments online. You want the ones that are foam based, not plastic based, because you're not going to get pinned through plastic. Um, this upcoming weekend we're gonna have a girls cookie decorating thing. So I'm gonna be making a ton of cookies. Our cookie baking day. I also really, 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 really love gift giving, way
Mm-hmm.
more than receiving. I feel like our whole family we're all sort of we all kind of buy our like the stuff that we need and want already. So it's not as fun to like receive gifts that is giving. And I like to get really creative and like think about what is something that this person wouldn't even think about getting for themselves, or what do I know, like if someone has something on their list that I'm like, what do I know that they won't actually spend their own money on to get?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I like to get that gift for them. And it, we're going to talk in the coming weeks. We're going to have an episode where we talk about some of our favorite gifts. So I don't want to get into that too much, but I just really love just the energy of being together, and everyone is in an elevated mood, and we get to do extra fun activities, which really begs the question of why aren't we doing that year round?
Well, yes, exactly. Why do we, and that's kind of what we're coming back to with the whole
Mm-hmm.
hold up, which is why do we need a rule that says we can only celebrate Christmas, the joy of Christmas, one day or one week or one month out of the year?
Yeah.
And what's interesting is how many people take time off for Christmas versus taking Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then they go back to work. And I used to be like that. And then I was like, I'm missing out on all the fun of the
Yeah.
prep. And
Yeah.
then sometimes I would take off like the 2 days afterwards, and I'm like, well, that's not fun because then it's like
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I
on the other hand, the people who book themselves every single weekend, so now they have no time to just be at home and enjoy their own decor, their own family, their own
right,
downtime, because every single weekend, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday is booked with some
yeah,
activity that we feel obligated to go to.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
and so then you get so wrapped up into spending all this time on all this other stuff,
Hmm.
and then it gets lost, and then it's done.
Yeah.
But again, that brings us back to the original question that you asked a minute ago, which is that's moving. Is that a ghost or is that a cat?
It's a cat.
In this house, you never know.
You never know.
Uh, but again, why do we only do it, you know,
Hmm.
1 month out of the year?
Yeah.
And so if you, and and it was interesting. uh, I don't know how many, like 10 years ago, they came out with like an Easter tree. I was like, all right, I don't know that I want to do a
Well,
whole
that's like
Easter tree.
nowadays, everything has a basket. So instead of just an Easter basket, now you have a boo basket. Now instead of stockings being like, oh, candies and, stuff from the Dollar Tree, now it's like there's there's parents giving their kids like watches and perfume and really expensive makeup, which, I mean, listen, if you got the money to spend, do it. But we're creating these really weird
Right.
expectations online of like, oh well, I should get a Halloween basket, I should get gifts for everything now, and it's like, okay, well, maybe let's slow down a little bit.
That brings me back to participation ribbons, which let's not go there. But um, like if somebody needs makeup and you throw it in their stocking, like I
100%.
usually do like the hair clips and
Yeah,
yeah,
gum.
I mean Santa does it. Stocking
I
stuffer.
I get it.
Santa is really smart and knows that, we like hair clips and,
Mhm.
different fun things like that because not everybody eats candy. And
Yeah.
so, which I do. Snow
I
cap.
personally love, okay, let's just be honest. We're a household of adults now. Santa brings us gifts, but we told him we'll take care of the stockings. I can't keep up this charade, okay? It's
Ugh.
exhausting, all right? Santa brings our gifts, but we take care of the stockings. I worked it out with him to save him a few minutes off his route, being his operations person. I save him a couple minutes. I said, don't worry about the stockings, just the gifts from this point forward. And I gotta say, it was hilarious that first year so me, my brother, and my sister-in-law all eat really clean. We all eat organic. Like if we're
Mhm.
eating candy, we don't want it to have certain ingredients in it. And the first year of that for you did not know what to do for stockings. You were
I-
like a fish out of water. And I'll never forget that you still put like the classic like Reese's trees, and we all felt so bad because we're like we love the enthusiasm and the effort you put in here, but none of us are eating this. So please don't take offense from it.
um, I'm just gonna say that was done very
Strategically, so that you could eat it.
strategic. No, because your father eats it.
No,
Well,
not anymore. I throw that
not
shit right in the garbage.
anymore. Not
No, we don't even
anymore.
buy it anymore.
Yeah,
But
so I don't so
you
I'm
know
gonna
what?
need a list. I'm gonna need a list.
But talking about expectations and ditching some of the old, ways of doing things, what I started doing, because I realized when I was probably in my early 20s, well, you guys don't get your stockings, like anything in your stockings. What the heck is this? Because you're so focused on the kids. So what I started doing was
Yeah.
the first couple of years I would find vintage candies, newly produced but vintage types of candies, online. I would order them, and I use those for your stocking. So like for you, I
Yeah.
did candies for your childhood. So the age range of when candies you would have had as a kid, the candies that Pops would have had as a kid. And then when my
Super
grandfather came to live with us, I did it for him as well. And that was one of my favorite has become one of my favorite
yeah.
Christmas memories, is watching him actually get a stocking as an 80-year-old man. A couple years before he passed,
Yeah.
it was just so beautiful. And
Yeah.
we'll talk more about that in the later weeks, as we talk about different Christmas stories. But even getting creative with what goes in the stocking. We even sometimes do it for the dogs too. We'll get them different bones and treats and whatever, and let them explore their stocking. I cannot with his look on his face. Louis, what is he
He's
looking at?
he's watching the birds outside on the bird feeder. He can hear them because the window's open. Because, it's like 50, well, it was 54 this morning. It's in the
It's not
70s
50 right
now.
now because I am
I know.
sweating in this hat.
Okay, get down, honey. My little
Anyway,
meerkat. Anyway,
um,
we have animals. Deal with it.
this happens.
They come on the live with us because that's just the way that we are. But yeah, I mean, you can't forget again. Where is the rule that says
Hmm.
that only Santa can do stockings? Where is the rule that says that
Yeah.
animals don't deserve
Well,
gifts
and I thought it
and
was cool too,
stockings?
because when my sister-in-law, I think we've talked about before, we all live on the same property, and so obviously she's here for Christmas morning. And I thought it was really cool that when she came into the picture, was it 6 years ago now? She started contributing to the stockings too, which I thought was really, really cool, because in the past it was always like the parents do, take
Right.
care of the kids' stockings, maybe we take care of yours. But then she came in the picture and was like, well, I want to contribute to your stockings too. So throw some things on
That
your list for your stocking.
Yeah, that has been
Yeah.
some of the like that has made it even more fun
Yeah.
because it's like the little stuff again that you
Hmm.
don't necessarily think to get for
Yeah.
yourself, or you haven't had the time to run out to get,
Yep.
and then and then we leave the stockings out like on the dining room table,
Hmm.
and I try to go last. Uh so at least there's some kind of
Surprise.
surprise. But everyone kind of just like no one peeks, but we just kind
Hmm.
of slide everything in the stockings, and then we
Yeah.
all contributed.
Yeah.
And so that's been like really fun. Like that's
Yeah.
a newer tradition, and
Hmm.
it's just been fun.
Yeah. So there's a couple comments. Yeah, Raymond, we have actually twice in Michelle's
What?
lifetime. There was snow when I was in high school, and there was snow when you were in high school.
Well, that was I mean that are you talking about the hail and then the frost on
No, I'm
the
talking about the flurries. We have had snow flurries
okay.
twice.
In
Once when you were a
19
kid, and once when
I won't say how old I was, but in 1976, I think it was 76, maybe it was 78. But anyway, we had snow
you were 10.
and the flurries came and they actually let us out of class to go run in the snow. But when I say snow, I say it very loosely because as soon as it hit the ground, it melted.
It still counts.
It still counts. It was coming from the sky. It counted. Um,
Does Florida have any snow? Yes, it has. While snow doesn't fall every year, it has made an appearance, much to the delight of residents. The first documented account of snow in Florida was reported in 1774.
Okay, that
So,
was
yes,
not the year that I remember. That was well before my time.
I'm pretty sure if that were the year, you'd be considered a vampire or something. So,
Look up 1778, and who said I'm not?
since 1886, there have been more than 80 months in which at least a trace of snow has been reported somewhere in the state.
Okay, but that's in the state. That's not South Florida.
How far south has it snowed in Florida? This is a thorough article. Miami Beach. Seriously, on January 19th, 1977, so you would have been 9 years old, snow fell in South Florida for the first time in recorded history. It was
Yes.
seen as far south as Homestead and even on Miami Beach.
Yes. And Raymond, that is a Santa's hat. How do you not know that?
He's saying that as Louis, you goober.
Oh, okay. I said I've been up since 5. All right.
Enough with the
I'm
excuses.
a little slow
So this
today.
article brings something up that I'll touch on for those that are interested. You probably have saw on the news when it does get cold here. Yes, the iguanas do drop from the trees. What
That
happens
is
is
true.
they are cold-blooded animals, and so when it gets super cold, they literally freeze. But as soon as it gets warm, they thaw out
And
basically.
what's
But
crazy is people will go around and collect them and like put them in their car because they think, let me save them. Um, and they'll put them in their car and then they warm up in the car and now they have live
I was gonna
iguanas.
say,
We're talking like
yeah, they're
iguanas,
not
like
small. Yeah,
yeah,
we're not talking about like your little neighborhood friendly
no.
lizards. We're talking about iguanas, and some of them here get massive. So I imagine it's kind of like if you've seen the movie Tommy Boy. It's very much like the deer that comes back to life in the back seat.
Very much.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
No, I've even heard of people bringing them inside and
Oh,
putting
that's
them
crazy.
like in their bathtub and then putting warm water and then the freaking thing comes alive and then let me tell you something, they bite.
They
Uh
do. And let's
they do.
remember they are an invasive species and actually very much decimate our local
Yeah.
animal population by
Yes.
what they prey on. So just throwing that out there.
And they will totally tear apart your garden if you're trying to
Oh yeah.
grow your own food.
Hmm.
So yeah, they're not fun. But then I also used to feed them fruit too cuz they were fun.
Yeah.
You guys
We
did
used to
used to
call her
call
the
me
lizard lady.
yeah, the lizard lady. I'd go out and I'd be, laying it by the pool and I would just like throw my watermelon and my fruit over and they would just come up close and they would eat it.
You
But
know
I was
what I love about our show is we started talking about limiting beliefs and we've gotten to iguanas and lizards.
yes.
And I
Well,
just really appreciate that about our show.
but this is shockingly delightful. So we can be a little bit
Mhm.
more fun with shockingly delightful. Moment of presence. We try to really stick to it. But okay, so going back to limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
Uh, limiting beliefs can hold you back. Limiting beliefs can stop you from doing things that you want to do. Like, for instance, we had a limiting belief that every year for Thanksgiving, you have to have turkey and ham and sweet potato casserole and green bean casserole and
Casserole, casserole, casserole,
casserole,
casserole.
casserole, casserole.
Carbohydrate, carbohydrate, carbohydrate. Sugar, 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 sugar.
And we did it a little bit differently this year.
Mhm.
Not too much, but
Yeah.
we did make some changes. I
Mhm.
did say I did miss the marshmallows on the sweet potatoes. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
didn't really. I thought
Um,
I was going to, and I started contemplating if I was going to whip up a small casserole the day of. But I'm even looking at next year going, okay, we need like half as much turkey,
and
half
someone
as much
has to
ham.
help me with the stuffing because I again this year, and if you guys have been tuning in for the last couple weeks, we've been talking about the dang stuffing. And so Krista made this beautiful, like all these loaves of bread. She even made
So many loaves of bread.
a pumpernickel bread, an onion bread, and they
Oh
were
yeah, I hadn't told anyone about that because I made it last minute. I ended up so I had 4 loaves of regular sourdough bread in the freezer that
right.
I'd been making for a month prior, and then the day of, oh, I gotta tell this story. It's so funny. So the day before Thanksgiving, I've got all the loaves I've been baking out on the counter to thaw because you have to get them stale for stuffing. And my dad walks into the kitchen and goes, "Is this the bread for the stuffing?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "So it's all just going to be white bread stuffing." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm making a couple onion loaves, but yeah." And he's like, "All right, someone's getting lazy. I see how it is. It's all right. It'll be an all white loaf stuffing, no big deal." And so naturally, I then went, well, now I have to make pumpernickel because I just can't live with that.
Right.
It was
And
all in fun, just to be clear. That's how we banter all the time,
I will say it was the best
without question.
loaves of pumpernickel bread ever. They
Oh,
were
I thought you
so
meant just
good.
sour, like the bread, homemade bread takes
Yeah.
stuffing to another level.
But the point
Yeah,
is that my limiting belief is that I can only make the stuffing in this big bowl, and that is how I measure it out. And so every year we have extra, and when I say extra, I mean like 2 trays extra
Mhm.
stuffing. And I last year I tried to do less. This year I tried to do
I
less.
think last year you we ended up with just 2 trays,
Yeah.
but
Well,
this year
we have one tray that's cooked that hasn't been touched, and then I have another tray that is
hasn't
um,
even been cooked.
hasn't even been cooked.
And honestly, there could have been a fourth tray. We just stuffed the hell out of the three.
Yeah, yeah. It's insane. We
We
should have.
really need to write it
Yeah,
down.
we should freeze it, and maybe I should just get a smaller bowl.
That's a thought.
I
That
could
is a thought.
I could get a smaller bowl, or we could just invite more people. We had 11. We could just invite more people. We might need 20 or 30 to eat all of the stuffing that I make.
Yeah,
So maybe just a smaller bowl would be better.
I think that's probably a good idea. And we
Yeah.
really pushed the limit on the turkey this year as well. So we
Yeah.
do an indoor oven baked turkey for stuffing, and that one's usually this year it was like 9 pounds. It's a smaller one. It's not too crazy. But so
What happened?
what had happened was when we went to pick up the turkey, the guy helping us behind the counter,
More, bigger.
he was doing his best to find when you the place that we buy our turkey from, they give you a range. And so we had asked for a turkey between 21 and 24 pounds. And
Hmm.
this guy was doing his best to find a turkey. The first one he put on the scale was 1776 pounds,
Which,
17.76. And honestly, that's just super cool. I wanted to tell him we'll take that one. But
right.
we were set for 21 to 24 pounds. He puts them up, all 20 pounds or under, all 20 pounds and under. And we're like, damn, shit, what are we going to do? So he goes, no, hold on. I got you. So he goes in the back and he comes out and he puts turkey on the scale, and it's 26 plus pounds.
And
And
I
we're
go, yes.
I mean, and I was a little hesitant, but this poor guy, the look on his face was like, please take this damn turkey. I put like 6 of them on the scale. I can't do it anymore. So we were like, all right, fine, 26 pounds, we'll make it work.
And we did.
I don't know. I hit another key. I don't know if y'all have fried a turkey before, but the pot's only so big. And it's real sketch city when you drop the turkey in. And so my dad, your husband, takes care of it. But I'm watching from inside the door because I'm like, I just want to be, God forbid of anything, I want to be ready to help in some way.
To let the firemen, God forbid, into the
And
backyard.
that shit was sketchy at
Yeah.
26 pounds. It barely fit, and the oil was real jumpy.
I had a plan. I said if it wasn't going to fit that we should just cut the legs off.
But just dismember it before putting it in the frying oil. 100%.
So
We could have.
limiting belief, we came home and my husband was like, 27, it ain't going in there, or
26.
26, it ain't
Yeah.
going in there.
There's no
And
way.
see, that was a limiting belief because we all stressed and then it ended up fitting just fine.
He probably was right though.
Yeah, we won't
It
go
fit,
20.
but at what cost?
We won't go 26.
Luckily, everyone was all right, and no casualties except
Yeah,
for the turkey. But
yeah. What's another limiting belief that we can blow out of the oil? Turkey fryer.
wow, very nice. You mean a holiday limiting belief?
Sure. Or other. Santa only goes to shopping malls.
Who thinks that?
I was kidding. Go ahead.
I'm trying to think of one.
Go ahead, Raymond. Give it your best shot. What's a limiting belief for holidays that you've got? We'll break
That
it.
you've heard of.
Yeah, we're going to break them. That's
Hmm.
what we're here. We're breaking them down. We're getting rid of them.
Hmm.
We had one that Eggs Benedict was always for Christmas morning, and we've since changed that. Yeah, I don't know why that's a limiting belief, but go ahead.
No, I meant why. When did we change that?
Oh, I guess we do still have that, don't we?
I mean, we did throw in a cinnamon, like a cinnamon
Yeah.
roll thing from a recipe from your cousin one year, but
Mhm.
too much sugar in the morning. Eggs Benedict is chef's kiss. Okay, okay, I have a limiting belief.
Go
Got
ahead.
one.
Let's break it down.
Some people
Don't know who you're talking about.
feel like the only way that their dessert treat is going to taste the same is if you use the shitty ingredients from years ago. And I'm here to say, not only is that not true, but the better quality ingredients you use, the better tasting it is. And I have converted you on a lot of things, but there's some things that you still hold to, and it drives me crazy because it literally just tastes like chemicals. And I don't.
My rum balls have to be made with vanilla wafers.
That's fine. I get you organic ones now. So
Okay,
that's
they
one
don't
thing
have
that
to
you
be
let go.
Nabisco. I've given that up.
You also didn't get Count Chocula this year. I'm very proud of you.
See, I'm really I don't just talk to my clients about breaking limiting beliefs. I also do it. I take my own advice. I apply
Yeah,
the knowledge because you have to.
yeah. It's true. I witness it every day.
Oh my
Okay, what's
goodness.
another one? This is fun.
What's another limiting belief? Okay, that that Christmas music has to only be by old Italian singers, the
Who
crooners.
is saying that?
Me. It's my own limiting belief. I like
That's
to
a lie
hear.
because we both love the Duck Dynasty Christmas album. Which, by the way, if you have not heard this Christmas album, it's honestly one of my favorites.
Yes, but
Their
how can
version
people
of Baby
listen
It's
to
Cold
it?
Outside is the best one. Cracks me up.
Because there's a special about it, and if you show up next week and tell us what you heard that's different about that one, then you can share next week. But where can they even find it? Because a certain iTunes, I'm not
Apple
sure if we
Music.
can say it.
I'll just say
Uh,
it. Apple
took,
Music
took
doesn't
it
have it on there
down.
right now.
They freaking took it down.
It's I'm sure it's a licensing thing. You can listen to it on YouTube, you can listen to it on Spotify, you can go old school and buy the album, but it is really, really cute. It's
Yeah,
really cute.
it is.
Every version of their song is adorable.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different,
It's
and it's just
quirky, kooky.
fun.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's my new favorite song from Why Him, but we can't necessarily say you know
Oh yeah. Wait,
Merry
do you
effing
have it? You want to
Christmas.
pull it up and we'll exit with that?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's
Oh,
my
you sent it to me, I think.
yeah. So okay, so limiting beliefs. Well, when I was a kid and my parents got divorced, I wasn't sure that Santa would be able to find me because I didn't even know where I was going to spend Christmas.
Santa, if this man can see you when you're sleeping and see you when you're awake, he knows where you're living.
That's true, Raymond. You don't have any limiting limitations.
Yeah, I've been watching the Santa Claus since like March, so I feel you on that.
Yeah. Did you ever actually stop watching it? Because I feel
Not
like you
really.
watched
A
it
good
at least
point. I
once
pretty
a
much
month.
just watch it all the time.
Yeah. It's kind of like us with Why Him. We have to watch it like at
Oh,
least.
that's another great Christmas movie that does not get talked about. That and well, we're getting into the future episodes. We got to
Yeah,
stop.
we can't talk about the future episodes. We can only talk about limiting beliefs. Gosh darn it. Limiting beliefs. So, what else? How about that snowmen can only be built with snow? Because then how do we have South Florida snowmen?
What is a South Florida snowman?
I'm going to build one tonight. and I will take a picture and I will send it out.
Can you give us a hint?
We have white pumpkins. We
Okay.
have white
I
pumpkins.
don't think that's really considered a like a known thing though.
No, I know. I just made it up because I have no limitations either.
Okay, there you go. This is the song. Let's see if we can do it without getting like demonetized. Let me know if you can hear it.
We'll probably get it. Yes, that's right. You have Michelle and Krista dancing.
We both started dancing the exact same way at one point, so I had to change it up because I was like,
Yeah,
we can't do that.
I
That's a great song.
know. I know.
Great
That
song.
is
There's
it's
a
a
couple of
really
really good songs from that movie, but
yeah.
anyway.
So, the thing about limiting beliefs is that the reason why they're so hard to break is because people are afraid of change. What happens if I don't do this anymore? Or what would it mean if I don't do this? Will it hurt someone's feeling? Will it change the whole holiday or my whole life? Like, if I give up this thing that I have done every single year, what is going to happen? Or,
We tend to forget that good things can happen.
right.
Welcome to the dance.
you know,
Pretty much, Raymond.
all I'm saying is that, wait, was Dance Revolution the Wii game?
No, that was Just Dance. Dance
Oh,
Revolution is the one that's like at like not a Barnes and Noble, a Dave and Buster's, where it's like the
yeah.
thing, there's a bar that you hold on to, and the floor has the little light up thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So breaking tradition or breaking a limiting belief and then creating something that now makes more sense to you and who you are now is what matters. Thank you for Renee for sharing us out and welcome. I hope that you have all of your holiday. Oh my gosh, I almost said Christmas decorations. I know you're in public school and boy do I remember. And okay, so here's something. Here's a huge limiting belief. When I was PTA president, I wanted to help decorate, right, for the holidays. And I was told, obviously, you can't have this, you can't have this, you can't have this because it's religious symbols. And I was like, I do not remember Jesus carrying a Christmas tree to the cross. Like, there is nothing about a Christmas tree that is religious. And so I fought for snowmen and Christmas trees. And so then we had um actually the Jewish families were like, "Well, but we should have dreidels." And I was like, "You're absolutely right because they're not religious." And if I'm wrong, just let me know.
So let me ask a question. So in a situation like that, now it's become, instead of, well, let's also have these other things, it becomes, well, you can't have that.
Well,
Why don't we just add what you want?
well, but that was my whole point. Hey, Ed. Yo. I hope you can't hear us because we're kind of loud and my windows are open.
You're honestly talking real close to your mic, and I've been meaning to send you a message of like
Okay.
back up a little bit because it's a
Okay.
little loud.
So, anyway, public schools. So, what I did was because it is very like, no, we're going to exclude this, exclude this, exclude this because you can't have all of this.
Just include
So,
everybody.
I came up with this amazing idea.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Epcot, and said, why don't we do holidays around the world
Mm-hmm.
and we can teach the kids about inclusivity? And then how does everybody celebrate the winter holidays? So we called it Winter Around the World.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a booth, we had different tents. And thankfully, the school was on a circle, kind of made it easy. And so we had a Hawaiian booth, we had an Italian, and we had La Bafana, we had a Santa Claus, we had a Grinch on a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
We had
And everyone in the area, like a ton of people volunteered and participated. There
so
it
fun.
was Amazing.
The neighbors came out. We, of course, we had a Greek booth because I made sure that we had a Greek
Obviously.
booth, of course. And we had music playing, and the kids got to actually experience the different countries.
Yeah.
And what was interesting is because I did my due diligence and I read the law, regulations, whatever, because the limiting belief was nothing religious. And it actually is, if you're inclusive and it's for teaching purposes, it's for education purposes, you can. So we even had three wise men. I don't think I went as far as Jesus. I didn't have a baby Jesus, but we did have the three wise men, and they told, a story. Um, but it was my first year, and so I wanted to go in a little slow. And then the next year, I think we brought in a baby Jesus. He was Jewish first, but anyway, the
But the
point
point
is,
is that you had all
everybody.
the different holidays, all the different religions. There was Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I'm sure you probably had solstice. You had La Befana. You had all of the different holiday
We
characters.
had we had Jamaica. Like we had everybody was participating, and it was so much fun. And if anybody, it was so great because I'd have like a parent come up and go, "Well, you don't have this," and I'm like, "Next year you're on the board and you get to do that one because if you want to, like, I can't do it all, but if you want to volunteer, then please join us. I want you to participate." And so that's how I got more people involved, and we ended up doing it, I think 5-6 years. And then I think it was going on even after you guys left the elementary school. So Renee, I don't know if you can get away with that, but gosh, it was so much fun. And I would bet the kids still remember it to this day.
Oh yeah, I remember it clear as day.
So much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So a limiting belief is that this is what was said, but if you actually read the documents of or the regulations, the rules, if you do it in the right order, the right way, you can make it work. Break
Where
down that belief.
where can they find you, Michelle?
You can find me at mokshagrace.com, and I help with breaking down limiting beliefs, dealing with your emotions, learning how to accept all of your emotions as part of your internal family, so you can have some peace internally and respond in situations instead of react. And how about you, Krista? Where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Wicked Wisdom Consulting. Sorry.
Always at
Excuse
the
me.
end.
At wickedwisdomconsulting.com. It's you yawn because your brain needs oxygen. I'm not falling asleep here. Wickedwisdomconsulting.com. Learn more about me, what I do, book a consult if you want.
Yes.
And you can find us on Mondays at 12 p.m. here on Shocking Delightful, and Thursdays at 12 p.m. And this week's topic on Thursday is, what's the point?
What's the point?
Find out more on Thursday.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us. Share us out. We're hysterical, or at least we think we are. Maybe it's our limiting belief. We don't know.
Oh, it's
We
not a limiting belief, it's just a belief. But anyway.
I think we're hysterical. Uh, Everyone have a wonderful week. I know it's a full week. Last week we kind of had some time off. You all can do it. I believe in you.
On that note, see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.